Hello everyone and welcome to Ireland Esports Collegiate Series, powered by natives and sponsored by Monster Energy, Dogpatch Labs, Re-Raw and GG Machines. I am once again joined by Oro Blanco here beside me, and we are going to be showing you the third place match here today. We've gone through the quarters, the semis, but now we have to see who's, just below the top.
Look, they're fighting for the podium. It's still an achievement. So I think it's a good fight to have, to not just go off of an automatic win or whatever.
Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit boring if you just let them say third to fourth, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess. It's like, which one of us is better? It's like, one of you. So always good to get that in. We are just going to be slowly getting them to do their vetoes. Picking our servers, the most important bit, but we shall be getting it to you as soon as possible. And it will be the QUB Whiffers versus UCD Leviathans. Obviously, last week we did see the Leviathans were beaten. Oh no, not the Leviathans. We saw the Whiffers got beaten by Setus. That was the game we showed at.
Yes.
We keep seeing both teams, both sides of the bracket so much, but yes, we saw the Whiffers lose 2-0 to Setu, and on the other side, the one game we didn't show was the Trinity Quacks beat out the UCD Leviathans 2-0 themselves. So this is what we are left with for these two teams to see exactly what they can bring. If they can get some amount of, respect, a bit of honor back to themselves, try to just show that they were just off the mark and they can do this.
Yeah, no, I think it's UCD we've seen play, and we know they have they were, I'd say, the kind of top pick for a lot of people if they were gonna kind of guess who's gonna make it up to at least third place. I think UCD was on that list, but I don't think QB. I think they're a little bit of the underdog here, beating out UL last week as well. I think because of the big roster changes since a few of the players have left, finished college, it's a bit of a underdog team, I'd say, at least.
Yeah, definitely. At least if not an underdog, just a bit more of a question mark. We don't really know the mettle of the team. They haven't been tested as much. They haven't been able to show up as much. Is simple about it. Just a case of, even if these are high quality players and they've been around, they've just been overshadowed by what was once before. Obviously, Bakuna, the lasting member of that team, is still here, but everyone else, they are just fresh faces at least to this top team of the QEB roster. So it's interesting to see. And just to go into it, we went through the veto. The teams have brought it out. They have banned out, starting with QUB. We've lost Ancient and Nuke. And then the QUB side picked Vertigo. So, a mainstay from what it seems on our streams. We always seem to pick up a Vertigo, and it will not be changing this time around. And UCD will be starting on the CT side. So we'll start with that. And then Anubis will be picked by UCD. So that's
interesting pick.
We almost had it last week, but that was because of a veto malfunction, a little bit of tech issues.
Yes,
we were very excited for the 10 seconds that it was coming out. So I'm going to be excited to see it, because that means no matter what in this best of two or a best of three, we are going to see it in the first two. So that will be coming up. And then if it comes to it, we've banned out an Overpass Inferno, and the third map could go to Mirage. So if it goes to 1-1, it will be just a absolute brawl out in the pug map is what I think is just, it's decorated as. Dust 2 left a couple of years ago, and Mirage has just been that map ever since, where it's just like, that's the map we play.
Yeah, no, looking at the first 2 maps, Vertigo, as you said, general pick across all teams, but Anubis, interesting pick. And I hope we get to see the third map, and just, you know, if the 2 teams do win a map each, then we just see who is better, because it's, as you said, puggy map. Everybody plays on that. Everybody knows the map. A few smokes, a few mollies, flash here and there, but that will be the decider of it. And I think it's a good map to finish on.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one where, especially once everyone's warmed up, everyone's gotten that heat in them, a bit of adrenaline, it really does kind of it's almost that the strats devolve, and it becomes a case of just that mechanical instinct play really takes over. Like, you know, clutch plays start to play such a role, and just attrition becomes a bit more of a factor. Whereas at the first few maps, you're really starting to try to get into it. You have all of your plans set up. This was your first choice map probably, or second choice. So you're given so much room to try to play around and figure out what you want to do with it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just these, like, I am very, very excited, and I do want to see Anubis, and we have not seen it yet. So it is a nice map to see for the first time, and we'll see, like, even coming up only for the fight to get over third place, you know, we haven't seen it earlier, which was a bit of a surprise. There was one time I think it was UCC played it, but it was an accident once more. Yeah, so it's just, you know, they did actually play it out, but it's interesting to see it as a proper pick, you know, into going into third place.
Yeah, especially with it being the newest map currently added into the roster. It's one that so many teams, it was, you know, like any map, it gets a lot of pushback early on. People don't like change, but it is, at the very least in tier 1 especially, you know, with the major going on and seeing it, a lot of teams have taken it on and really created a whole host of strats on it, so I'm excited to see. But enough on Anubis, you know, we'll get onto that in our bits. Yeah. It's Vertigo. We've seen it a lot, but it doesn't mean that we don't have to go through it a bit. It is basically all about that ramp play. We've seen so many teams play it, and it is all down to who has the better system to take ramp, who has the better control in order to do that. Because if you take ramp, you can do basically anything on the map. The A players are just such a difficult one to play around on the CTs, because if they get stuck, if they get trapped behind, it feels so difficult to try to break back into the site when you're stuck on the headshot box, when you're stuck in elevator, and they have control of ramp, sandbags, the short side. You really have such a little amount of agency in terms of trying to take it back, compared to some other maps in which, you know, both sides would have that kind of difficult time where any of the sides could be attacked. It's nearly always A, it feels like. B is usually that kind of second option where you maybe hold one or at the start of the round 2 players rather than a full hold.
Yeah, no, B is kind of more, you take mid control, you go not elevator, you go construction and just go into B that way, and then, you know, lead a few players, maybe 2-3 players down into B stairs, and then push up, because CTs do have that big advantage of their first hand peak. So an out peak stair takes out one, and there's your disadvantage straight away, very early round.
Yeah, so I'll be excited to see, obviously, on these 2 rosters, we are going to be seeing you know, a very similar roster to what we'd see on both sides. You know, I don't think there's much changes. I will say, don't see one of the players I usually like to note on the UCD side, Goldilocks. That's, you know, the strong opera, the opping that they've shown is really good. So without that on the team, I'm always interested to see how they fill in the gap, because they do have a lot of moving pieces in UCD. It feels like it's a very liquid roster in terms of a couple of players. They always have subs on hand ready. I think Grimmy has been added back. They weren't in it last week, so
yeah,
you know, it's constantly moving for them. So it's always interesting to see how they have to change it up when they lose a player or gain a player.
Yeah, no, it is. They do have a lot of players to play with, I'd say, because how many are there only? I think two teams for their side, so they do have probably a lot of players to spare and just a bunch of subs so that they don't have to go into 4v5. And
Yeah.
saying that, we are going into the pistol actually.
Yeah, just getting our resets in for the server to get that all put into place. But we should be getting into that just a moment here. So it'll be interesting to see what they want to run on this pistol. Sometimes you see that really fast ramp play, just try to, you know, maybe go for a short side smoke to clear off some vision and push in really quickly. Because it is going to be a very low util buy for both sides here. Just one smoke in the mix.
Yeah, I think they just went for the armor to take out those body shots and just, you know, a headshot will kill both sides of the two teams. The Glock up close more, but still, it's a better fighting chance to have that armor if they can't hit the headshots. Saying that dude taking out one player, and now Ulcha being able to take out another, but Bakuna with one more with that Tech 9 spray.
Yeah, Jack is in a really good position here, able to pick up two here, watching Elevator, watching the cross and keeping that on lock. So they are going to be able to take that out. It is just going to be one player sitting back as well. They have to check back on the site, but in ramp, that's where Ulka is going to be staying. They're going to be just clearing it out, but that's the bomb. So without that right now, it's going to be a difficult one to take over. But they're so split, so if they try to take one of these fights, if they can catch a lone player off and pick up the bomb, this could be huge right now. And trying to rush down Ulka, he is going to get away, but the bomb is taken. And now they've split up the CTs once again, and Ulka will have to just relegate to a little bit of a pullback as this bomb is going to get taken down. The headshot angle will not get anything for either side. Ulka comes back to get the kill, and it's just going to be Droopy now, split between two angles. The bomb is planted, so there is a timer on for him. Gets the first one, but can't get back into safety. So Cartel is going to clean that up, and it's a round that looked like it was really going to go the way of the QUB side, but UCD were able to clean it up.
Yeah, that first headshot landing and just that second one not being able to hit straight away, that trade comes out by Cartel, and just Droopy being on, sorry, that dude being on 9 HP, just not helping the T side there. He was one shot away, and even that, he got headshot from ramp.
Yeah, that's such a difficult one. If Jack wasn't able to get a double in there in the elevator position and completely stunted, or if Ulka wasn't able to get the bomb dropped, that could have been a very, very different round. But some really strong positions holding out, even though they lost mid, they're able to keep it close, keep it together. And now we're going to go to the second round. I see Cartel has purchased up the Negev.
Yeah,
so,
very interesting buy here.
I mean, it could work, you know, this B open. It's such a tight angle that they have to play around, but that is not going to be where the target of this round goes for the T's. And they're going to be playing it heavily around ramp. They get one, but Grimmy going to get one back there, so it keeps it to a 4v4, and the better weaponry should just win it out here, as it shows with Jack getting a double for himself. The M4 in the round, the upgraded gun, is going to triple it up and get another one. So keeping it quite clean, surviving with 3. That Negev not having to show any presence, not being seen at all, is still going to be a question mark for the T's, as they're going to be able to.
Yeah, they don't know about it, so it will be a surprise if they do, if he still plays B and they do push up. That Negev being able to spray through that wood as well with basically no damage reduction, it's a very strong, if it works, it's a very strong gun for that spot. And it looks like at least one of the T's will be trying to go upstairs, but they're still, like we said early game, right before the game started, they are just playing that ramp position. They're not really taking any other space here. Mid is trying to take out that player, but that deagle shot just not landing.
Yeah, not able to get anything there. Now they're just going to be taking it slow. They forced up as well last round, so not enough economy on their side. Grimmy making a lot of steps on this push-up, so could get caught, but actually they're not really ready for it. Sundis gets taken out, but Skiwalk going to catch one, and now the rest of them are just going to try to keep something here. They picked up an M4, but it's not much when you're up against 4 fully armed enemies. And Jack just going to keep pushing with this XM10.
And now that Negev skew axe is just coming up to Kartal with that Negev and just taking out and the second player as well with the headshot. Crouched, walking into him and just getting that spray down.
Yeah, he is going to upgrade that M4, so I'm curious if he's going to go back. He's going back. He's double dipping into the Negev. Because he saved the higher cost weapon and then dropped it back to the teammate they took it off. So Grimmy got that. And now he's just going to keep going with it. The Negev and the XM10 are doing a little bit of work right now. Just it's really good for the economy if they are able to make these cheaper weapons do work, especially the shotgun, getting them 900 per kill.
Yeah, no, you were saying how you're wondering how they will switch out that op and how they're gonna do it, and it looks like they will actually just pick the Negev.
Very different weapon. You go from 5 bullets in the mag, 1-shot kill, 150 in the mag, just spray a laser beam.
There we go. Yeah. As we say that, he gets 2. They just can't even come up because the moment you walk up those stairs, your head is taken off by that Negev, and those bullets fly very fast, and it's just a laser beam. Like, there's not much to do there.
Ooh,
he does. Kuna, good shot from him there, but
tripling the round and actually up to 4.
Yeah, he's on for the ace. 1 player left on the CT side, and he'll be coming up construction. And bomb is planted, 2v1, and now it's all down to ULKA to try and just get something here.
Yeah, they're going to hear the drop, so that it's going to be known. Kuna trying to time it, trying to get himself out the ace, and he will. Starts it off really nicely, just catching off someone over peeking around there. Just catches them through the grate. Really nice break control there, getting both the Negev and the headshot angle of Jax. Just not getting taken out by the absolute monster of a laser beam, and he is switching it up, Kartal. He's upgrade or downgrade, it depends what you want to say about it, but he's gone for the off.
Yeah, no, I think he was just saving up the money with that Negev, because it did give him armor, a bit of utility, and that op. And now position is smoked off, and then one of the players will come in, try to at least come in, wait for the peak, but Kartal is not taking the bait right there. And now Bakuna taking out ULKA in just ramp, trying to go back into halls, and just gets caught off guard.
Yeah, so already player advantage over to the T's. So they're going to be able to set up there, are going to try to see what they can do. Kartal going for a little bit more of a look-see. Try to get something. But it's just going to be slow. They're not going to try too quickly. The boost is going to be there to try to check out what's going on here. Ramp just quiet as ever. And that boost, I think, is still coming in.
Yeah, no, it is only Kartal on site, and then it's Andy down in lower construction. So if they push into this site without those players having that time to rotate, they can just take out Kartal and getting that bomb down. But now Kartal takes out 1 player, 2nd player comes in, smoked, missed, no real cover for those players, and now 1 on stairs, 1 close to the white box, and Kartal misses the shot, but still his teammates are there to help him out. And now those players on B taken out, and the last player rotating through mid gets taken down as well. And good round for the CTs, only losing 2 players, not losing too much in the bank.
Yeah, they've kept it fairly clean. Bakuna had the 1 star power round there so far, but everything else has been coming up the UCD side. They aren't building up too much of an economy, though. That's an important thing. They haven't been given the room to kind of scale that up and keep it going. Obviously, they're able to keep the weaponry alive, but if they lose out one of these rounds, it's going to be a difficult pill to swallow in terms of that. And the smoke's going to come down ramp. Bakuna, though, with pace, is going to catch out ULKA. Going to speed through it. They're going to be able to recover a weapon. But I think these peak Grimmy going to catch off 1. Going to be able to, it looked like, get it 1 back, especially against no armor. But they're going to get the plant. They're going to get a 2nd weapon, and they're going to keep this at an advantage.
Yeah, no, Bakuna running in just aiming at that short position. and just getting that headshot with the Tech 9, being able to take that out. But now Jack running up ramp, flashed, gets 1 kill, and then sprays it through the orange, I don't know how you call that, the covering. But now the defuse is going to go down full stick, and will Cartel be taken out by Bakuna, and a second ace if he caught off Cartel off guard there.
Yeah, gonna be able to catch that out. Bakuna, not expecting him to go full in on it, just to go for the straight up stick. But with that smoke down, with the fact they only have a Tech 9, it is going to be difficult. So 5-1 now. And it is going to be a timeout called from the QUB side, trying to figure out where they can patch something in, where they can find a little gap. Because so far they haven't been able to do it. Even with Bakuna's high kill count, they've got an ace and a 4K in that previous round then. So he's been able to do an absolute masterclass in terms of work, but it hasn't been able to pay off in terms of the round count.
Yeah, no, very strong from Bakuna. He has, you know, as you said, gotten the amount of kills from him. He's already on 11, even though they are losing 5-1, you know. So it is very strong for him, but just those plays from that CT side, just he's not been able to convert those kills into those round wins, you know, because that's the important thing.
Yeah, and now we're going to see exactly what he's going to do. Ulka, not back for the moment. It seems maybe caught a little bit by that. Yeah, they're going to get a little bit late to the party. But their teammates helping them out. The Molly going to slow them down. They're going to get a little bit of ramp control, but now that dude opens it up. Going to make a little bit of noise, but not finishes it off. And Jack at the sandbags, using this position perfectly, gets 2. Sundus does eventually frag it back, but man advantage now. That's quickly brought even by that dude. The flank by Andy is a little bit too overzealous. And now the need to rotate very quickly, and it's so much apart for this side, as there's now a question as to where the T's are actually going to play off. But Grimmy is going to quickly patch that up, as they're just going to push out ramp here. No flash, nothing, just dry walking it out. And that is going to really clear up an avenue of defense, as they're going to pick up mid now.
Yeah, there is one player watching it from that CT side. Now the info comes in. So it is Cartel with that up, sitting on B, and they did see his foot, so now they do have that info, but it's up against an op. You have to push together. You can't give him 1v1s, and Cartel being able to pick up 3 kills right there, being solo on B as well. They just gave him too many 1v1s right there. If they push, you know, 3 people in, 2 people after that first kill, they can't get, you know, he can't get both of them.
Yeah, exactly. They're able to completely clear that up. It looked like there might be a chance in the round, but that is quickly quelled and quickly stopped. 6-1 now. They've already set themselves up for a tie and a half, but with 5 rounds left, they're going to set it up for more, as Droopy already taken out straight away. Sundus will get flashed off the ankle twice as well. Gonna get so much there, and another Ulta is gonna double up the kills. Bakuna trying to get something back, but gripping at air as the bullets just whiffs by.
And now just that dude and Skiwax left, and they are grouped up on B, but there is still that question: is that op holding headshot? You know, there is. They do know Cartel will be holding this, but do they know if there's any more players? And that smoke is not really helping them, and now taking out that smoke, just not hitting correctly and blocking their vision off more than the CTs.
Yeah, like, it doesn't allow them. There's enough of a gap to catch it off, and you can't break any ground into the B side off of it. So now the QUB team are going to have to figure out what they want to do in terms of the buy, because they can't get it fully out. It's going to be so expensive to try to do anything, but you don't want to half buy at the same time. You don't want to have to give away another round, but that is going to have to be the case. At the very least, lower the percentage, play off these deagles. A little bit of tech 9s. There is one hero AK onto Bakuna. They have a bit of extra cash to be able to spend on it. So that could be something, because they have been showing a really strong amount of kill potential. that could be really great here if they're able to take some control. They are going to push it out through mid. And see if Andy's going to catch out the first, and they will. They'll get Droopy. That nade going to try to deal a bit of damage. But no matter what, they get a little bit of mid control kept. They keep a man advantage for the round. Trying to set it in for an 8-round start at the very least.
Yeah, no, but those CTs, the amount of space they take, you know, it's just it's hard for the QUB side here to actually get anything. They push down ramp, you know, they do unexpected plays, push in mid, push down ramp, peek B, push it, don't push it. You know, it's a lot of kind of QUB are watching, turning around and checking their backs every time they do try to go down somewhere. Now Bakuna will be fighting Ulka. Both took a little bit of damage there. And now it's just two T's left on their side, and now it looks like they're going to be going into B, but Jack is set up here, and I think he heard a step or something, but gets one, not being able to get the second.
Bakuna needs to keep up the pace, so they can't do it quite there. They have to pull out the knife and switch out the weapons, and Andy's just going to catch them off there. So that is an 8-1 net scoreline now in favor of the QUB side, or the UCD side. Wrong way around there. But yes, the QUB side is not able to find anything. Apologies. And now UCD, they're going to be able to just kind of do whatever they want, it feels like. They've been so dominant in terms of kills, in terms of everything. Jack and Cartel have just been really just egoing on them in terms of getting these kills. So there's going to be 2 ops in play now. Going to be picked up by Grimmy as well as Cartel. So the T's need to find a gap, but it seems to be a case where they can't get any of them. Wherever they go, they get beaten out. They get a player disadvantage. They get a situation where the CTs are just thriving.
Yeah, Nolka is playing close here, and Sundis is also there, but that second smoke will go down, and none of them will see each other. There won't be a fight there, at least. And looks like QB is a little lost where to go here, because as we know, that UCD side is holding every single angle that they try to peek. But now Skiwax picks up one. That double nade comes in, doesn't get the frag. And he only hit for 6 HP with those 2 nades, and now looks like one of the T's will be pushed up onto B, one in mid. It looks like a B execute now, with that up still on site, being able to take out one player, and now the info is known. Now, the bomb plan should go down now, but that up is still watching here, so it might be tough for them.
Yeah, they're just kind of stuck back here in this site, not in a position to try to get something. Could be able to push forward in the corner of the site in the smoke to get that down, and they will. But it's still, this 3 versus 3 is not going to be an easy one, especially with so many flashes, smokes on hand for the UCD side. They have so many places to check. Aduto with one with a second, and Bakuna's going to top it all off. Jack only gets 1 consolation. They're able to clear it out. They get an early advantage. It gets brought down to that 3v3, but the clutch comes in. They're able to stay alive, and at the very least not just leave it at the 1 round. Try to build it up a little bit. The buy, once again, is not looking great for the side of UCD. They spent so much money trying to set up this double op setup that now they're not doing great. They have 2 MP9s. Well, a swap of that MP9 to an XM10, but 3 lesser weaponry and very little utility to play around it. Taken out as well, that big gun that is going to be brought down. Cartel not able to find any value in it. So a huge opening left, and they're losing out on one of their strongest weapons.
Yeah, no, those MP9s won't do a lot for that long range. And speaking of that, Bakuna taking out Andy, trying to push up that mid position with the MP9. But Ulka with the only M4 on the team, being able to take out Sundis, and now they have to either go up against that XM or that, I was going to say that M4, but M4 is dropped now, and Grimmy is left on 2 HP with up in hand. So it doesn't really matter if he does hit the first shot, but if he misses or they get to, you know, even hit him with a little bit of nade damage, it is over for him. Speaking of,
Yep.
right as I say that, he gets naded straight out by Droopy.
Just a little dunk. And now going into the last round of the half, it might not be an optimal half so far, but you know, they've been able to claw back a little bit. 8-3 so far, and a huge potential for 8-4. The economy, they spent every bit of cash they could once again. You know, they didn't have to tactically play out the money situation, so it has left them with very little. This time even less than before. No MP9s, only one XM10. Just gonna be one rifle onto both.
Yeah, that one M4 as well, and that XM. That XM could do very big damage on Grimmy here if he just sets up properly, but saying that, Andy did push down mid and is down to 1 HP, but Grimmy's able to pick one off, and that will be big money, but it doesn't really matter for the next round because it is the last round of the half, and now Jack is going to fight Bakuna in mid, misses 2 shots, and now down to 13 HP.
Yeah, and the fights are still going on around the rest of the map. B opened up, Droopy is off, takes out the low HP Andy. Bakuna now crossing on over to meet up with the team, get the bomb plant down, and it's a 4 versus 3, only one rifle in the mix. This should be a situation where QUB win back a little bit of valor and get the 4th in play, unless some theatrics come in through here. They really need to set up Ulka on this rifle, but to start off, Jack already gets taken out. The rifle is not in prime position, gets taken out of the gen position, so just one left, and really this is just a bit of a try to get something with these dualies sitting back. That is going to be it. QUB going to get 4 at the end of the half, which seems so unlikely. He's not even going to get the knife kill Cartel, but that is a nice bit to finish it off with, especially if you weren't able to get control. Getting the last 3 rounds, if it's going to be an 8-4, getting it that way isn't the worst, because at least you or someone, you could get a really good play here. Like, try to get some of these other players in here. Dat Dude and Droopy, they were starting to pick up a little bit of steam as the tail end of the half came through, so there is an opportunity where if they can hit some heads, if they can play out a clean enough pistol round, they can get to 8-5. That's a 3-round deficit, and that is so much better of a feel than I think that half really led us to believe. It's so much closer than it might seem, just because this pistol could dictate everything.
Yeah, no, that, you know, it is a CT-sided map, and just being able to hold those positions will give QB a huge advantage and just be able to get those rounds back for themselves. And it is an A plant here for UCD side, and bomb is down, no players taken out yet, so it is a 5v5 retake.
Yeah, no kit in play though, so it's interesting that they were willing to go into this 5v5. Kuna not able to clean up the shots, gets it hit with that Glock headshot, so brought down so low. Skiwalk's gonna get taken out. They can't just stick it, they don't have the time, they don't have the utility, and they're just falling right now. Grimmy going to get a couple on the hand. Bakuna's going to get him back, but 1v3, the ticking time is up, and there's no way for them to get this round here. So Bakuna just going to try to get something here, but the Zeus was bought by Cartel. A knife on your teammate.
And everybody is gone.
That's going to be the pistol for UCD. It's going to be costly in the end, but they still win out the round. So for better, they are going to be left with a lot more money in hand, even if they're going to have to rebuy all their armor, get some of that back. Sitting here though is QUB trying to figure out if they can justify anything. Maybe just some P250s, try to use some strong pistols, get a headshot somewhere, try to take some of this weaponry away, but it is just going to be opposing stacks going in right now.
Yeah, it is a stairs rush, but all the T's are already up on ramp, and one is holding that position in the corner with that Zeus, and he does get another Zeus, gets that headshot in as well with the Deagle, just letting everybody pass, getting the last one with a Zeus while they're busy fighting his other teammates.
Yeah, I think it was interesting to have the Deagle be the one watching the flank against these no armor weapons, but it's the Zeus.
It works for him at least. There is an AK retrieved on that CT side, so they will have it for the next round, unless, you know, the T's run him down with that Mac 10, and it looks like they won't check mid. Actually, yeah. No, I thought he was gonna run down mid, but it's B that he's checking, and those two players aren't T-spawn, and they're not going up the stairs, which they just missed each other as well. Sundis could have gotten another kill just looking under the stairs there and picking out one of the T players, losing that gun for them. Although there would have probably been an upgrade that came in, so.
Yeah, almost definitely they would have been able to at least get something. But this time, it does mean that they should be able to get, for the most part, a buy. You know, it is going to be not the best, of course, not be able to get everything all around. But, you know, just having to go with one FAMAS, one MP9, with what everything else they got going on, isn't the worst to have to, you know, compromise on. So it's an opportunity here, but they're getting outpaced completely. That molly gets run through. Andy thought they finished off the kill, and it looked like they should have. 2 HP on Bakuna now. Not finished off, though, and that's the last bit of HP that needs to go. 2 kills on B. Grimmy, though, going to be lurking, not able to catch that off. So only one player surviving. They quickly just take out so many players here. And that bomb is left alone.
It's just Cartel, and he was working up ramp with a Zeus. So I think he won't even be going for kills. He's just going to be going for that Zeus kill, trying to get one player off. And they all have actually rotated off of A. There is one watching that elevator position, so if he doesn't check it, there is 2 now. And he will get the bomb plant down as well for that money. That economy will once more go up for the T's, and they will be able to have the money. The headshot comes in as well, and now he's changed a 4v1 into a 2v1 with the CTs having to come to him.
Yeah, that bomb being planted, as well as one player being solo. There's still a kid on hand. He's walking up close, though. He's going to go for this.
They are stuck on each other as well. Whichever player... I was gonna say,
I think Cartel knew what they were stuck on, but that dude realized.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that whichever player shoots here, they get the kill, and it is a, you know, it's either round over or a 1v1, but they didn't realize in the end quick enough before Cartel turns around and just either knifed them or headshot them right there.
Yeah, I think Cartel thought they might have been stuck on maybe the orange boxes or a bit of the crane, whereas that dude was trying to push out towards ramp to maybe isolate a fight. So I think they were like, why haven't I out of the smoke yet? Rather than Cartel be waiting for the sound cue. So they do catch that off. They do get to 5. A little backstab down there on the ramp. We see a little bloodshed brought by Jack there for a moment. So they a little health disadvantage here, but the economy, they might have got the plant down, but they still don't have the loss bonus. So AKs are going to be there, but one player is going to have the deal. That's going to be on Ulka, I believe.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised it's not Cartel with a Zeus again.
There's probably a Zeus on that body.
There is probably, yeah. Because we have seen it. Yeah, we have seen him a lot with the Zeus.
It's only 200. It's like, do I buy a Flash or do I buy a Zeus? And I think one of those he's preferred by Cartel.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the rest of the players are falling, but Grimmy, the last alive, 1 versus 5, changes it to 3. And this molly might not stop the plant, but it'll at least maybe catch something. But the smoke is actually very wide, a lot bigger than I've seen. Grimmy, though, caught off that jump in the air, going to reveal himself a little bit too much. So they are going to clear it out. So 6 rounds now, 10-6. This opening pistol really pushed them apart, but they are able to clutch out the last 2 rounds, able to pick them up, defuse the bomb, and 4-round deficit isn't terrible, especially now that the money is still going to be so little. The loss bonus is not enough, even mixed with the bomb plant money these last 2 rounds. So gonna have to be an eco, and they have an opportunity to get something here. Trying to throw the Zeus out of the map is Bakuna. Doesn't want Cartel's blood Zeus.
Yeah, but the CTs are building up that economy pretty fast. They do have enough to buy for the next round, and now Andy trying to get that dude off with that Tech 9, but just not being able to connect that shot. I think that Inspect actually blocked the player model of that dude, but now Volka being able to get that pick, but that dude with Sundis playing that crossfire here, just re-peeking off each other and being able to take out those 2 players, and it is a 4 versus 2, 1 deal and 1 Tech 9 on the side of UCD, but no utility. Yeah, a little bit of armor, and I'm guessing a Zeus as well. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, no matter how much money he has, a Zeus will be in his pocket. He's gonna try to get something here. Is Jack gonna get brought low though? So not gonna be able to find anything. It is really just Blast trying to get something, and that's how you start off. That dude taken out, clean head removed. So they are gonna be able to maybe get a weapon if they open up into the mid. And that's going to be a really strong weapon to have here. They're going to have to pick up the pace with such low time, and they're actually going to be able to run it over to A. Maybe not a plant, because Bakuna has some great weaponry on hand to stop the plant. Not able to stop the second, though, as Cartel put again into a 1v2. This time, though, maybe a little bit less walking into smoke and a little bit more careful. But he doesn't expect Sundus to be that close. I think the lack of step... I think it's the fact he didn't hear anything. He didn't expect anyone to be that close, especially with one player holding mid and one player on sandbags. You expect the other two to probably be more B-centric rather than close enough to rotate quickly.
Yeah, no, and Droopy as well, picking up Cartel's Zeus and throwing it straight off the map after killing him. So I don't think anybody in this lobby except Cartel likes the Zeus.
Like it's definitely regained some of its uses. You know, now it can recharge. It's still not good. I wouldn't describe it as, but it has its use cases, which are few and far between. Very much so.
Yeah.
But I think Cartel's just having a bit too much fun with it. So.
True. I think it's more of a try to get your opponents tilted more than anything by getting Zeus too many times.
Yeah, and he's not going to have a flash bot this round. Imagine, you know, he could have done something with a flash, maybe. He's going to see exactly what he can do. It was QUB to call out that timeout as well. So they've won 3 in a row, but they're actually the ones that want to slow it down and try to keep their composure and keep this going. Cartel with the pace this time. Going to catch off the first kill here. That AK going to do work. I think he's lost a bit of his patience, trying to just completely speed it through. Gets taken out by ski walks, but now that the gap is made, Jack can push through, push even further, and allow the space to be gotten before the plant.
Yeah, the plant will go down. There's the fuse kits, but that missed molly will deal damage. At least a little bit of damage, and now that push comes in, traded out. Droopy traded out by that dude, and now 1v2 situation. The tides have turned a little bit. It's now that dude in a 1v2. But those T players are just gonna hold their positions high outside of the map jump as well. I don't know if Droopy will expect it, or that dude if he will expect it. He does. He gets that headshot down, and now he has to stick it.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to smoke down, but it's such a tight angle and one that is really simple. You know, a map like Mirage has such a wide ninja position where you kind of have to spam around a bit. There, it's such a small sliver that you really know area which you kind of have to spray around, making it that bit easier. He did have a molly on hand that maybe he could have used, but I think even then it probably would have been a sprint out and spray situation. So
yeah,
UCD, they break the streak. They break the 3 in a row, and now they can buy up themselves, and they put QUB already onto their last legs of money. They put them through the ringer, even on the rounds that they were able to pull back on. So it's going to be difficult. And now peeking on through the smoke is Ulka. That's such just a confident peeking through that short smoke.
Yeah, no, it does get taken out by Bakuna. So man advantage on that QUB side, and now Sondis gets Grimmy as well. And they do know there are more players in that ramp position, spraying down, and Keywax as well. Deagle in hand takes out that player. And now it's a 5 versus 2. All they have to do is just not lose those players. There is one player in short with that bomb. Bomb spotted now, and they will hold off that side. But they also have to fight mid here with that one player. And he taken out that dude as well.
Yeah, losing out the 1v1s, giving away some kills. That was a little bit unlucky from Bakuna, though. Peeks his head out. Jack takes him for granted. The plant is going to be started and stopped as well. So he was ready, but not ready enough. So can't take out Skiwalks. The plant is not going to be able to be pushed through. So 2 versus 1. They have still 30 seconds on the clock, though. So Andy can play a little bit of mind games around this. They are so low. They're just a single bullet, and they are gone out of this round. And it's so open, so difficult. Gets the first. Gonna try to get the second. They know he's in sandbags. Just has to hit something here, but he brings the enemy low as well.
They're both 20 HP.
Both of them 1 bullet away, but it's really who hits it first, and it's going to be Skiwalks to break that. Andy can't hit another after the initial spray, so they're going to get that. It's going to be so costly for both sides of the board. They both spent everything into that round, but the CTs are going to bring it out, and so they should be able to get a bye going in this, and an opportunity to bring it closer, get it to an 11-9 scoreline.
Yeah, no, the QB is holding strong. The UCD have been on double digits for a while now, and it looks like Skiwox has gone with with that Cartel Zeus as well. He's bought up the Zeus. He's playing that, unless he did pick it up off Cartel. But it looks like it's going to be a B rush, and there's only one player with that FAMAS on site, taken out by that Tech 9 headshot, just jumping straight in, but getting 2 players low as well. 1 to 50 HP, 1 to 9. Sorry, 3. But that Tech 9 is just gonna mow down 2 players. MP9 in hand as well. Grimmick does get taken out, and now Skiwox doesn't expect the close Tech 9, and Jack just mowing down the last 2 players with those headshots. Just really good eco round from them.
Yeah, all it takes is just those pistols. It really opens it up there. They get the first, the 1 player alone. They have the lesser weaponry. They have that FAMAS, which just doesn't have enough fire rate to really get so many of those players, and they can't even get one of the kills. The whiffed Molly, Cartel just sprinting through it, gets a double with the Tech 9. Jack then catches off the other 2. Just pure that sprinting pistol play really coming up to bite QUB. And now I think they're going to stick with a similar strat. Droopy taken out instantly, and it looks like this should be a UCD game. Unless these last players, these pistols, can have something to say about it. But this flank behind the mid players, Cartel gets a Zeus kill, makes the investment maybe not worth it, but at the very least come to fruition.
Yeah, no, he's annoying. He's annoying the QB side with those Zeus kills. How many is it now? 3?
Winning the mental game for sure.
Yeah,
and as
exactly.
well as that, they're the top fragger on the team. It's not like they're the meme player. Well, they are the meme player, but they also have the mechanical skill to be able to do it and still play out a really good game. They just have that high of a skill ceiling. Even if you get frustrated by the Zeus buys, they can just win out a round with their weapons as well if they wanted to. So that is going to be a 13-8 here. Vertigo is going to be all said and done. So that is going to be it, and set UCD Leviathans 1-0 in the series, 1 step closer to getting 3rd place here, to, you know, getting that side on the podium, getting a little bit bronze medal for themselves, finishing it off. So for the second map, we are going to be bringing it to Anubis. So I think we should be taking it to a short break before we get into it. Going to give these players a moment to have a little rest, a little recovery, and set themselves up for our first showing of it on the stream. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So see you in a moment.
It'll be interesting to see, for sure.
we are back with map number 2, just a short little break, and we transition over here. Just a couple of those server side restarts to make sure the teams are all set, one's on the right side. But it is going to now be QUB. They picked out the T side. They want to try to set it in, try to at least even up, try to bring us to Mirage, but it's going to be difficult because Anubis, it is where a lot of the be really seeing it all that often, we were saying, between matches. So maybe some of the fundamentals might not be as set as would be on Vertigo.
Yeah, no, it's not a very commonly played map. Even in Premier, Face It, whatever you play, it's generally first banned, but looks like UCD are just literally running down straight A and into that mid position into water. Being able to get that advantage down as well. It's a 3 versus 2, but Dinks come in onto Jack, 2 HP on him, 42 on Oka, and Grimmier's around that 80 HP mark, but Grimmy just being able to take out and put in that headshot, being able to take out Droopy here and get that round win for them.
Yeah, we were talking before between ourselves, being like, UCD probably have a little bit more strats than them. You know, they're the ones that picked it as a bit of a lesser pick, a bit more pocket pick, and then they just rush A.
Yeah, no,
it is a strat. It is a strat, but you know, it's not really a map dependent one. Some may say.
Yes, like, at least it wasn't a B rush, you know. It's the main thing. I mean, that A rush does give you a lot of space. It gives you water right under mid. It does give you the clear way to those B stairs as well. And it looks like the T side, the QB side, will stick to that A position, A rush, but that MP9 just hiding in the corner.
Yeah, it's gonna pick up 4 in the end. Jack got 1 themselves, but before getting taken out. But that is huge amount of money in the pocket to be able to take that out. That was the no armor Glocks. There was a few flashes and smokes, but they didn't even come into play. They just got absolutely demolished there. So the CT's happy as ever. They're only losing out on 1 player. They are going to be up against 5 AKs now, but this is them trying to get something back. QUB going to have to figure something. Going to see what they kind of bring out on a more even round where they have to see what they can do early round and transition into mid round.
Yeah, no, even though it's a 3rd round, that money from that MP9 could give UCD that up if they wanted to. You know, nearly 6 grand on Olka here, so they could have purchased that up, but they opted to not upgrade that MP9. Just hopefully, you know, get a bit more money in that bank. And now that MP9 comes in, gets Droopy down to low HP, and then that USP just sprayed through the smoke and gets him.
Yeah, that kill gonna go straight away. There's another one. That Molly, it looked like it existed in the smoke for a second, not and it kind of confused me, but they are gonna fall. QUB players, 2 as well. We lose Bakuna and Ski Walks, and now it's just a 2 versus 4. That dude is already low. And Sundis as well is a little bit off the top, but it's the push up, that aggression right now that is going to be with the killer.
He got headshot for 10 HP by an M4, which I'm very surprised, you know. I guess it's working in his favor, being able to take out that 1 player and get it close to that advantage. And now it is just that dude on 28 HP against those 2 players. And that info is there that one of the M4s was posted up there, but now it will be a switch and those players are just missing each other by seconds.
Yeah, they know he's making so many steps, so his exact position is really well known, and he's just going to transition that way over to B. So should actually be able to get a plant for the T's, which is really nice here. But the actual specifics of how this caught, that XM10 goes all the way from B through the water and flanks it out. So 4-0 now to begin it. It feels like UCD, they just have the confidence off of the back of map 1, you know, being able to play fairly clean. They caught up a bit QUB, but it felt like there was so much just pure confidence, pure ego in the terms of how they were playing, and they are transitioning that
money in the bank and being able to buy up for his teammates, and to see the UCD side have built up such a huge economy as well. 9k on on Oka here and 8k on Jack as well, so the economy won't go down very quickly.
Yeah, and even with that, they bought up 2 ops, so it is going to be huge, the fact that they still have that much money after buying that. One of them does fall very quickly. Andy, not able to win out the mid-fight, does get taken out. Is going to instantly be transitioned into by Jack, though. They're going for a double nade here. The first one doesn't quite reach him, and the second just does a tiny bit of damage. But they're using good util to force them off the angle. It's not changing the fact that they're peeking low. Droopy gonna take him out still. Ulka having to be the lone savior over on A is gonna keep that going. 3 versus 2 now. This is the best situation QUB have had, and it quickly falls down to even as Cartel, the ops, just doing work for both sides of the teams.
Yeah, now looking at what the players are holding, it is an even fight, but as I say that second AK, that AK gets taken out, but now it is an op versus an AK. That info is known for both players. Ulka just taunting yeah, Droop.
So now the CTs, they have a couple players with enough money left in the bank, but the rest are really left with nothing. Grimmy's auto shotty, though, is going to still be in place, still going to be used, going to hold that angle close. And the aggression has not been found again. Now that they've lost their first round, they air forced off of it. Andy has to run through that molly to stay afloat. Bakuna going to catch one as well on the other side. So they're going to have to force the CTs to play a little bit wider, leaving a lone defender on A, but not going to be fought against. So in this 5 versus 4, they might be coming up against still a heavy amount of players if they're not careful, if they don't clear out these angles correctly. But they do have the util to try to at least close something off here.
Yeah, and it looks like they will be pushing into that B position, and one player taken out, but Sund is getting traded out by Cartel. And now Bakuna getting that headshot on the op, and it looks very promising for that QEB side, but as I say, that one player is taken out, 2 players are taken out by Andy here. Now Bakuna taking out another player, and it is a 2 versus 1. 2 AKs versus an M4. Bomb is down. Planet for them. They do have the vision to see it. The smoke does go down, and now it's just a spray for that player, and they just get him right after the defuse. So that round was robbed off of them.
Yeah, that just smoke and stick works out really well there. They don't have the util to clear it out. They don't have a nade just to force the smoke to dissipate for a moment to even clear that up. So that is going to be a difficult pill to swallow there. UCD just absolutely stealing that, as you're saying. Volka going to be happy with that one, especially after losing a 1v1 prior. And it's going to stay to a similar setup as well. They aren't changing it up much, and they're really slowing it down. The aggression has not been replicated since they lost out their first round. Not trying to overplay it now that they've given away a round.
Yeah, no, it looks like they're just waiting for UCD to make a mistake here to get that first kill, get that advantage, and then just be able to push up. And now that dude just absolutely missing that molly as well, just gets the bounce off the corner, and it looks like QB will just be waiting for one of the UCD players to peek and be able to get that frag in early round pick.
Yeah, now the flash is going to start it off, but it's not going to actually really open up much. Timing doesn't work out. They're going to catch one. They're going to actually catch the second as well. Cartel only get one before Droopy doubles up, killing his teammate as well. Volka pushes up quickly, but quickly quelled as well. 4 versus 2 now. Jack and Andy, the two have to work together to just try to bring this out here. Coming from some nice angles, but there's so much up, and they're not able to do it so quickly. Andy gets taken out. Just Jack left alive, gets brought down by Droopy. They get up to 2 now. And QUB a little bit more confident, able to take that. And UCD's economy is just in the gutter. It seems like they're winning so nicely, but they spend so much to make it work. They rebuy an op every chance they get, it feels like. The auto shotty hasn't been able to get the income they want. So now it's going to be just a little half buy maybe, or investing just into the pistols because they have such a small loss bonus.
Yeah, no, I think QB have found their footing finally, and they're just been able to convert their rounds and been able to kind of start that catch up that they need. And now Skew actually spraying down. It is a mid rush from that CT side, and now 2 players line up. Spray down comes in, but Ulka being able to take out that last player in mid as well. And now it looks like he's gets caught in the crossfire, taken out, and now it's just a guessing game where Cartel can be and which site is safe to go and plant.
Yeah, they're sticking together, which is good. They want to make sure they try to get something here. Try not to allow Cartel to do one of just a Cartel play, I think is the simple way to put it. Not let him do something if he has a Zeus. Oh, that smoke doesn't quite land. It's not needed, thankfully, but still just a little bit of maybe nerves or just a little bit of uncertainty given how the previous game and this game have been going. They are going to be able to set up here, get it down, and try to push up and maybe stop him. Sundis going for this aggressive angle, holding for a CT pushing. Cartel going to walk right into it. So 3rd round on the board, not able to bring anything out of their force. They get a nice handful of kills though, but the economy for the T's is doing so well. Just the difference in the amount of money you have to spend as a T makes it so much easier to just purchase up without too much, you know, trying to keep the economy afloat.
Yeah, no, it looks like the economy has been able to win those few rounds, those 2 rounds in a row, you know, being able to build up that economy. And now it is UCD on another save round here to just get something with those pistols, get that a little bit of money in the bank, be able to buy up next round, be able to get that util, that all that armor, just to be able to hold off QB from another push here. And it is just going to be a slow start for that QB side. And as I say that, Ulka gets that dude with a Zeus, and Andy's waiting around another corner. So if Sundis didn't molly that and pushed up there, we might have seen 2 Zeus kills in the 1 round. But the bomb has gone down, and it just looks like it won't be a lot to work with here for that UCD side. But there is 1 AK on their side, so maybe they do get something off here.
Just trying to run it out with those Zeus's, trying to tase them up, but not going to work out here. The rifle once again dropped, and Cartel, the one that started, is the only surviving member. But they are not going to be able to get anything. Playing it safe here, QUB do not want to give it away. Once they realize 1 Zeus is on the cards, and it's not even Cartel, it's just a question of who else, or where is he, who else bought 1. But it seems Cartel has convinced his teammates.
Yeah, no, all 5 I think had a Zeus. I'm pretty sure all 5 of Cartel's teammates had a Zeus, and you know, one of them does get one of those T players in mid, being able to just take him out without, you know, the Zeus is good on a pistol round, on an eco. Those players pushing into you, and all you need is just 1 Zeus shot. If you're playing a USP, that 1 headshot against armor won't work. You get a headshot, they get a headshot, but it's you that's going to go down. So I think that Zeus utilization right there does work for them in the end.
Yeah, and they're going to open it up with the first kill. So really nice, really turning it around now that they've been able to get this map started. Showing a lot more nuance in terms of it. Early on, it seemed like they were just getting ran over by the aggression, which they were, but able to adjust now, and it's forced UCD to change it up. Not able to just sit back and go aggressive. Droopy, a little bit of a whiff nade onto themselves, but they're going to still get a little bit of control here. And Ace is just completely free right now. Having lost the initial player, just going to walk onto it. Sundis calls for it to be rotated to. They're going to get everyone on board, and now the CTs are in a terrible spot, losing out on Ulka. Just 2 left. Timing might not favor Sundis, but actually turns very quickly on a dime, catches the player just shifting their way through smoke. And they're setting themselves up for a 6-5. This is leading up to a tied half, potentially. as Cartel going to try to get some consolation here. But unless they can get the 1 versus 5 ace, it's going to be a tall task.
Yeah, no, I think if he doesn't attempt the ace, he will just try to go for Zeus. I think in his books, if he gets that Zeus kill, speaking of, he does win this, but just a jump right over.
Counter-stratting the Zeus. Able to just get on by, catch him, not able to hit the shot. And that is going to be a huge loss in this half so far. If you are UCD. Even if you win out this round, even if you can somehow get a 7-5, going from a 5-1 to a 7-5 is a difficult one to try to convince yourself of. They are going to have a couple of shotguns here, 2 auto shotties, a mag 7, MP9, just the works in terms of that lesser buy to try to do something. And it probably is going to mean that aggression is back on the menu, because nothing else has seemed to be able to work. Once they switched away from aggression, it seemed to all fall apart. So maybe that's what they have to pull themselves back to, as they are going to start to clear out a bit of A control, try to push up mid. But they're waiting on it now. The QUB team are not just sitting back and waiting for it. Andy might get caught by this. The smoke opens up, but it's going to actually favor him, as he's going to get 1 and he's going to get the 2nd as well. So picking up 2, picking up the AWP. It is still advantage for the CTs. The AWP are not going to get the kill though.
Yeah, and it is, yeah, Sundis just covered by 2 players here, a Deagle and a XM, but that shot from Ulka as well.
Just turns, just able to check that out, clear that up. They still know Sundis is there as well. His position, not going to find that kill eventually though, so after all is said and done, it looks like a really good position for CTs, but Cartel left alone, caught by Sundis. The Mag 7, you know, once you miss the first shot, it ain't the XM10. You can't just go for another. You have to cock it back and get another one through. So they actually are going to turn a 5-1 deficit, QUB, into a 6-6 tie. So you're going to be happy with that. Anubis is one of the more T-sided maps currently in the roster. So it is expected to have a nice strength here. But even knowing that, this is really strong for the side to be able to pull out.
Yeah, no, it is good. Like, you know, seeing the 5-1 at the very start. QB being able to bring that back once they get that 1 round and just find their footing, get that economy straight. You know, it's very good for them, and I would say they are happy with that. And just looking at the players in spawn, I see Cartel has bought a Zeus straight away. So that is normal.
You know, nothing's going wrong on the side. If he doesn't buy a Zeus, I'm worried he's disconnected or something. I think that...
Yeah. PC crash or something like that, you know.
If there's $200 in his bank account, he is buying a Zeus, and that's just the fact of the matter. So that is once again going to be coming through. Gonna see how he can do. The T side is definitely a much more difficult place to find it. If you can get a plant though, you can put it into the post plant. They're just going to rush it up mid though, and it's really about the shots if you can hit them. And it's going to start off with Droopy taken out, pushing up mid, actually redirecting it now towards B. So they've pulled the rotates out of the site, and it should be a free plant unless shots are going to be missed. And for now, the CTs are hitting them, with Sundis getting 2 with the dualies and Skiwalks getting another. So 3 versus 2 in favor of the CTs, and the bomb is just going to run away again, but in this case, caught off guard, shot out of the air, and it's just going to be 1 left, and it is the one, the only, the Zeus man himself, trying to find something here.
Yeah, those 2 players are low on that B side, so he does have a chance, and then, you know, Zeus, that last player, the usual game plan here.
Yeah, the Zeus is a 1-shot kill anyway, so he doesn't care if they're low. So I think it's fine. But yeah, it is going to be a difficult one no matter what. Once the first shot rings off, it's really going to start to set things in motion. And I really like the QUB have really spread it out here. They're really going for info. Even though they know exactly where the bomb is, they're just going to have Dat Dupe be the one to periodically check it. They just have so much control right now. Once Cartel picks it up and maybe starts the plant, they can so fast pinch around the position. And now they know exactly where it is. They know the bomb is in his hand. They know he can go for the plant here. but he's not really in a position. He's actually going to peek very deep into CT to try to clear out some angles here, which is going to favor him as he takes out one, takes out Ski Walks, but as the time ticks, less of a chance for Plant. Needs to stay alive. The Zeus going to get one, and the moment he
just not enough time.
Overcommits to the Zeus kill, undercommits to the Plant, and so QUB will actually take the lead in this game.
Yeah, no, very, very interesting round to see. You know, Cartel just stood in that corner, crouched on that B side for probably 30 seconds of that round, just not moving anywhere. He was waiting for those players to peek and maybe try to pick off one early on, but none of them giving him that presence to be able to take out. And you know, it was very close. That last player was on 17 HP, so just one bullet would have been enough to finish that round and just get it won. But QUB playing it very smart and just running away, seeing the time and the fact that that bomb will not be able to go down.
Yeah, that is such a crucial round for them to take. And it's such a crucial fact that he wasn't able to even, you know, get the bomb down. Or the fact it was a save on the pistol round. He had nothing really to show for the fact that that was a $0 buyback there. And now it's going to be 2 kills for Bakuna, 1 for that dude. And still, they're going to try to get something here. They have a little bit of players mid, trying to bait him in, trying to get Grimmy a situation where he can get a kill. And he is going to actually get the first one. Not able to get any more. The range is just too great for this Tech 9 to bring it in. So losing one, not going to be the worst in your life. And because they forced it up here, it is going to most likely have to be an eco now. So possibility for 9 for QUB. It looked like it was going to be a UCD heavy map from the get-go, but really showing it up as they got into the second half, part of the first half, and breaking into the second half as well.
Yeah, QUB being able to hold that economy as well. Going into this round, they will be able to buy up next if they lose this out. And there is only 2 FAMASs, 3 MP9s them as well. So for the eco on that UCD side, it is going to be a strong pick for those MP9s actually. Playing that now, Sundus and Bakuna taking out 1 each, and it looks like Grimmy is... Oh, he's back. He was just standing in spawn. It looked like maybe a disconnect or just a tech issue.
And they're going to keep it rolling, and Cartel gets caught off actually. So not able to get his Zeus kill, not able to get anything else, and now it's just going to be Ulka left. Because of a Deagle Sword, there's a position where he could get this kill, but flashed off, doesn't see anything, so they're able to get a nice one there. QUB 9-6, building up an economy and not losing anyone on these rounds so far. So that has to be a big boost to how they're feeling, to how they see this game playing out, with UCD now finally having their own buy to oppose it, having their own position where they can set up to try to figure out where the issues are lying. They might be expecting MP9s though, but the upgrades are going to come in. QUB don't want to play for that economy. They don't want to risk the round for some money in hand. They are going to upgrade straight to those better rifles.
Yeah, no, they do need this round after buying up those rifles. If they lose all their players out, it will be another pistol or another 2 pistols even to keep that economy going. So if QUB get this round, they might be looking at 11-6, you know. But it is QUB here fighting for those double digits, and it will be an A push here, running straight through the smoke. One taken out, Droopy fully flashed, but now Andy running in, getting a headshot, not being able to get that dude off, and now trades come in, 3 versus 2 for that CT side, and just that dude 10 HP hiding in that smoke, just trying not to be picked off to hold that advantage for them. And now smoke goes down, he has to be taken out, and it is 2 versus 2. Bomb will go down, as I say that. Cartel taking out that 1 extra player, and now fully flashed down to 17 HP.
Yes, so just really stuck back here. actually pulling back completely. They might be going for a save here, given that they had to reinvest so much of their money. They switch up, upgrade those MP9s, but it's actually going to bite them now coming into the next round because they have no money. They have the lowest loss bonus. I think they should be able to buy if this save does come through. So, not going to be all lost, but at the very least, UCD going to get themselves back on the board after a long drought of rounds come through from the opposing team. I think that was 8 in a row from QUB. They've had an amazing stint going on here. So breaking that is so well done. And it gives them the opportunity to try to bring back their map pick because they were the ones in control from the beginning, but it's wavered very quickly as it's developed.
Yeah, no, one problem that happened at the end of that round was Cartel was on 6 HP. He ran away from that A site and trying to, through the AK thinking he's going to die, but 2 HP left on him and that bomb explosion just flung the AK. So a little bit of a more, a little bit of a bigger hit to the economy, having to buy up that 1 extra AK. There won't be any armor on one of those players as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be a difficult one for sure. That Molly from the CTs is gonna force out the B. They try to poke a bit, try to get some info, try to maybe pick up a headshot somewhere on the site, but it is gonna be stopped by a player. Jack though coming in through the water into dark, gonna get the first kill and open up this site here. Stundis is going to have to be an anchor here and not able to keep them here. Bakuna now alone. Droopy was there to bring in the cavalry, but now they're just left alone. Their teammate coming through from behind, getting back from mid to try to help them out. That dude and Bakuna, it might just be a save once again though, because it's just so difficult to break back into the site against these T's right now.
Yeah, UCD fighting back for that draw on those rounds, just trying to get that 8-1 in, trying to get back the lead, to just keep focused and stay back in the game, so that they don't lose out their own map pick.
Yeah, and right now it is going to work out. They are going to be able to get that this time around. They are going to save all 3 guns. No one's going to drop them. Cartel's not there to make the mistake. So 1 round deficit here. If you said to them this is what the score would be when they were a little bit into the first half, I think they would have been surprised. But now it's actually a little bit of a relief, the fact they're able to claw it back and try to keep it close. Opportunity for 9-9, especially because there is no backing to the MP9 and AK save. If they know that, they can capitalize off this. They can see if they can go somewhere that really pushes it to the limits. And if they go towards A, that looks like that's going to be the site with none of the weaponry, with just the pistols. Or with B, that's where that's going to be. A is where the weaponry is going to be sitting at. So, nice idea though, because if they do go to A, the T's, it means you have a really good defense. If they go to B, you can just whip out another save again. So, a nice idea that might be able to culminate into either a round win or at the very least a better economy next round.
Yeah, and it looks like one of the players will be rotating off of A, but those 2 kills on B come in from Sundis and Skiwax, and now that AK taken out as well, and QB actually looking at a 4v2. So even though there was only 2 weapons, they were able to convert those pistols into kills and get those 2 out as well, and now they're just going to try to chase down, but that AK is just brutal. And then 5-7 comes in, takes out that last player, and now 3 players alive, 2 AKs on hand. So it is very strong from QEB here, being able to get that save without the backup of extra MP9s or just those pistols on, and they are into double digits now.
Yeah, really making those pistols do so much work here. And now the UCD side are going to be trying to find something at least here. They have 1 hero AK being brought in. That is going to be it on them. They're going to make it up quickly here. The op going to get fought by the MAC-10, going to get outpaced. The shot missed. And now there's an opportunity to break into the A side. Just 1 defender here, but they are not actually going to come against the full team. That dude Gonna be able to slow them up, and that nade and that shot, Grimmy is ready for that player. They have to come back and get the bomb, so opening it up and bringing it to a 2v2 is gonna make that so much easier here, and that push through cleans it up. Just Skiwalks left alive. I don't know if they're expecting him to have rotated through. He gets the first, and he has to get the second, and he will. Grimmy, well, he was able to get a few in the round and really nice kills. Skiwalks has this really good initiative to loop back around, come through into A after they take back mid and kill off these players. So QB, even off of that difficult start to the round, they are able to take it back.
Yeah, TUD having a few problems pushing down into A as well. Those last two players, just one getting stuck on the other through the smoke, and one of those QB players being able to take out both of them because they just got stuck, and that M4 spray came in. Two players taken out, brought back the advantage for them, and just QB being able to hold on to that round as well for themselves to bring it up to 11. So now all it takes for them is one round, and they'll have four match points here.
Yeah, and it is going to be a difficult one. Playing it so slow, the CTs, but a peak that looks like it should go the way of Skiwalks. Ulka does eventually just hit the head and finish it off very quickly, so the B players might try to opt for something. Jack ready on that lurk in mid. Gonna catch off one. That dude is ready for the peek out, but not with the shots. So Bakuna already going to be left alone. He got one kill, but he needs to pick up more to make this work. The second is on the cards, and we've seen him get an ace clutch situation, so it's not off the cards, but it might be a bit too difficult, especially once he gets caught off. Grimmy going to take that kill out. 11-9 now. UCD not giving it up just yet. And the economy for the QUB side is now the one in shambles.
Yeah, they have to go for pistols now, and they just have to full save to be able to buy up next round to stop to stop UCD from getting to that 11-11, because it does look like it will be 11-10 after this round, but as we've seen, QUB, they do make the pistols work, so it could run in their favor, getting maybe 2 kills off the start, picking up 2 of those AKs, just being able to convert those into that round, hopefully, for them at least.
Yeah, starting off slow. They need to make some of these util breaks work, and Kartal's going to start off just spamming through the smoke. Takes up Bakuna, but there's a second one there. That dude claiming the position, but as the time ticks down, the smoke dissipates, and Jack's going to get that second kill here. Going to play off the util, the fact that they have some clear out some of these angles. And now they are able to take a bit of control, kind of try to keep that going, but the rest of these players are going to start to redirect towards a Jack. Doesn't get caught off. Droopy, a few bullets shot, but none of them connect. And now bomb is going to be planted. 11-10 should be here unless some dual Berettas can bring out some amazing shots, but that bomb plant does mean that it's not really going to be an option. And Jack's going to finish it off, get a nice few kills in the round, and now 1 round deficit here. QUB still are struggling in terms of economy. A buy is not simple for them right now.
Yeah, no, if they buy up this and they do lose it, that basically brings UCD up to that 12 round. So then they do have to win the next one as well to bring it up to that overtime.
Yeah, so the win is back in reach for UCD. It looked like it would be a difficult one to try to justify going into this, but now they have the opportunity to at least even it up once again. Last time it didn't work out. Last time the pistols were the one to overwhelm them, so maybe a little bit more diligence now. They beat out the previous eco, and this time it will be a similar situation. So they want to take this 11-11. They have the util to clear out the angles they need to. It's just a case of can QUB catch them off guard, play a bit more gimmick, and get them settled in to try to win this out. It's going to be difficult no matter which side you are right now to try to get the end of this. Flash in isn't going to get anyone, and they're just going to push it out. They get one. Going to get a little bit on to Andy. So 1 for 1, but that gun is not recoverable for the the pistols. That's what you would want, but they're going to be stuck out of the side. That Molly's going to force Droopy into a position that he does not want to be into. Skiwalk's going to fall as well. These players are now taken out of the B side. One is going to be in the dark position. Could catch off Grimmy, trying to plant and will, but time is not too much of an issue. They have some util to force him out of the corner. They just need to be able to justify it now. Peek through, take him out, but he's going to get a double there. Ulka and Jack trying to fight for their lives and failing miserably. And now from behind, that dude is going to take out Kartal. They make it look so easy with these pistols. They catch off any mistake. And Sundus, the hero of the round, is going to get a 12th for QUB.
They've just converted a 4v2 into a win with a bomb plant from that UCD side. And just those pistols come in, like I said earlier, we've seen QUB what they can do with those pistols. And they show us once again, full save, just 157 is all it takes to take out those three players, that one position not cleared by UCD, and just crucial round for UCD to be able to come up and not get that, you know, not hold that overtime for QB, because now they do have two chances to just finish out this map without any extra rounds going down.
Yeah, this is going to be so difficult now. 2 rounds UCD need to try to break through it, and that's just to get to overtime. That's not even to get the map pick. QUB already probably keeping an eye on Mirage, already pinning it in their calendar. But now it is just going to be the last-ditch effort from the UCD squad. This is most likely the last buy they can really get fully out. They have a little bit of money left. So
yeah, no,
it be everything.
It is kind of if you know whichever side wins will probably finish the map up or go out to overtime, because if QUB do lose this, they don't have that much money to work with either. That up on on Droopy as well, $200, but now as I say that, Jack gets flashed in and takes out Skiwalks and Ulka, taking out Droopy as well with that op that he had in hand, and Ulka getting another, and trades come in on B, and it looks like that one last player is left. Sundus.
Yeah, he was able to do it with a 5-7. Yeah. Last time he did it got a triple of the 5-7. This time, not able to get more than one with the AK. So this is the last chance to do it in regulation for QUB. Once it reaches OT, all holds are off, and the economy gets set in a set position. So at the very least, it could be that. But you want to be able to break it through. You want to take it to Mirage as soon as possible, and this is the last chance to do it in regulation.
Yeah, they only have two FAMASs to work with, 2 MP9s and 1 Deagle, and UCD are we're not low on money, so there is four AKs coming in, 1 op. So there is an advantage, at least on the side of the buy-up that happened. But we will see how well QUB can convert these guns against these AKs and this op, because the guns they have aren't a lot of long range. Maybe the Deagle, you know, hit that one shot headshot, take out the op, take out that danger of the 1-shot kill no matter where you get hit. But it looks like one of the players from UCD will be coming up close against that FAMAS, and it might be going to an advantage for QUB, but they do run away, and now that MP9 up close will be dangerous for Jack here. I think you're muted, Kurt.
Turns out I'm muted, but yeah, no, the stack comes up onto A, but it falls short now. The 3 players working together on the site were not able to get it. So this is looking like it could be the UCD 12th, unless this FAMAS, this MP9, the 2 can work together and break it through. But already falling is that SMG, and Skiwalks, 44 HP, is not going to be enough. They get 1 kill, but the AK of Ulka finishes it off, and it's going to break us into the overtime situation. UCD claw back what was a really good second half, initially at least, for the QUB team. But now they're able to get into their 10k economy. They're going to have all the money they can justify. And it's whoever can now get the first to 16 within these 2 halves. We're going back to old school rules.
Yeah, now it's the way
15.
CS used to be played.
But yeah, no, this is going to be huge for both teams. Both of them not being stuck in economic down situations is going to be a really nice situation to be in. UCD starting it off, that op from Cartel that was bought, going to get the initial kill and actually going to open up a majority of the B side there. 2 players are actually just met through the smoke and passed each other out over in the water position in the dark corner. Skiwalks and Jack, none the wiser to where each of them were, but I think they got a little bit of info there. So B is still on the cards. Grimmy going to open up the first kill, and it is just falling apart now for QUB as the time is ticked. It is ticked for UCD, and now the bomb just needs to be planted to really put the CTs on the timer. And it might just have to be a justified save here, because even in overtime, if you lose the first 2 with nothing to show for it, you're going to be in economic difficulty.
Yeah, no, if they do lose both rounds on that CT side, they're basically stuck with pistols for the last round of that overtime before they switch halves.
Yeah,
and
so really good.
It does look like it will be a save. 5 players, no point of retaking here. Droopy on 61 HP. They do want to save those M4s for the end of this round.
Yeah, and I expect to see a nice bit of chase to come on, and we are seeing a lot of them spread over around the T side. They're going to try to figure out exactly what's going to happen. They're going to try to push on through and get something going here. But they're not going to find any of the kills. They're going to get that save on through, so not a complete loss in terms of economy. But still, UCD, they break first blood now that we're into the overtime situation, and they're going to be able to sit nice and pretty with that money no matter what in the next couple of rounds. Whether they lose this, they'll still have money to spare. And starting it off with a win is huge for them.
Yeah, no, it gives them that edge of having that extra round to spare and be able to, if they close this one out as well, and they will have more room to work with on that CT side as well. Being able to win out those 2 rounds in that overtime out of 3 on one side is huge.
Yeah, exactly. And now they're just going to keep it slow. The bomb has been left very far back, but 3 players working their way down to 8, and Cartel going to open it up with a bang. That op from last round, it got the first blood. This time around, it is going to do it again. Bakuna trying to edge out some of the vision, but for now, it's not going to get anything. The mid player as well that's holding off the other angle is going to be cut off, and Bakuna is not able to fight back. It is just going to be a last Sundus and Skiwalks to try to stay alive. They're going to start off with 1 kill. The bomb hasn't been planted yet, so time might be in their favor unless Ulka can already clean up this kill. Falling, though, the inaccuracy is going to make it into a little bit closer of a situation, a possibility of breaking it down to 2v3 that might be able to be clutched out for the CTs if they want to try to go for it, if they can get another early kill maybe.
Yeah, but Cartel is in that pushed up position, and is that player expecting it? And Skiwalk's not expecting the push up there, and now it's a 1v3, so this is not looking great. Although if he does get these 3 players, it will be an ace clutch. But it doesn't look great for him now. He is spotted and just spray goes down, peeks the head out, and it's taken straight off as well.
Yeah, he's going to get blown out of the water. The CTs now, they are going to be able to get a little bit going. That save in the first round of this OT is going to have that nice ripple effect. They are going to be able to at least get some buy-in. It is not going to be the prettiest. It's not going to be the best you've ever seen, but there's an op, there's 2 M4s, and there is going to be a P90 as well. They're trying to put all the stops to get something going here, but the T's are sitting so happily with exactly the same economy they had last time, the exact same util, and trying to open up this half and open up the round. The P90 gets taken out. Skiwalks' aggression goes unrewarded.
Yeah, now it looks like there will be a little post up on A. That bomb is over to that position, and now it looks like Jack is already on the site. He does have to clear this player, and that dude just faster with those reflexes does get traded out now. That molly goes down, players hit up, but trades come in, and once again it is a 3v2. An op and a FAMAS to try and fight this out. Saunders does. Now those players will start to push up, and Andy taken out with that headshot. Oh. If Saunders takes that player out, both players are on one hit.
They have 18 HP collectively, those T players, but the timing though is not saving him at all. Just one bullet and he's down. He might get it in time, but there's not enough to be able to get the defuse. He has no kit. They didn't have the money for it. So that is 15 for UCD. They have guaranteed a win or a second overtime as we go into the second half of overtime number 1 here. And they can buy out exactly whatever they want here because they just need one round. Obviously, they don't want to overspend it. They want to be able to keep it going. But both teams are having to work for it. Both teams are pushing the others to the limit here as we are getting this second map. Really, everything is good for.
Yeah, no, I was checking Cartel's inventory right now because I was gonna be concerned if that Zeus didn't come in, because they are. It looked like Jack running in with those entry frags, picking off 2-3 players with those headshots. Looked like, you know, he had enough and wanted to end this match, and just making sure that everything's okay on that side. Cartel's still with that Zeus in hand, so no problems on their end at least. And it looks like QB will be trying a little bit of a B execute, maybe a bit of mid control, try to catch out one of those players. But smokes are set down, so they are just waiting for someone to peek out. And now there is a chance here to take out that op. Not checking that close position, but Andy taking out that dude, and now Cartel taking out Bakuna as well.
Yeah, still an advantage here, but that's quickly quelled. Saunders Skiwalks not wanting to have to give away this map, to not have to give away third place. And now 3 versus 2. The T's are fighting tooth and nail to get it. Ulka pushed out in a great position, but not checking the right place at the right time. It's just going to be Jack here. They do have a kit. They have some util. But these 2 players, one of them is holding out bar, and the smoke here could be huge. Going to just run onto it, going to go for this, but I think the moment these bullets start going, Jack is going to get taken out. And QUB staying alive in the tournament, keeping their chances up. And now UCD going to have to rebuy.
Yeah, that will take a hit to the economy. As we see now, Grimmy left with a lot of the players left with around $1,000, 150 on Cartel. Maybe that Zeus buy is you know, giving him a little punch to the gut with that economy. Yeah. But if they do lose this, they will have to.
He bought a smoke and no Zeus. He could have bought a Zeus and a flash, but instead he bought a smoke. That's how you know he's serious.
Yeah. This is bad now. This is bad for the QUB side. No Zeus on Cartel.
That's how you know he's serious. Like, even on like full ecos in every single round they buy pistols, he just buys a Zeus. This is when he's like, maybe I should try to not break my economy by buying this Zeus. Still though, it is going to be full rifles, so it is still an opportunity to do something. They deal a nice bit of spam damage. That mid player getting brought down a bit, but Jack taking the head off. Sunday's going to do that to him. And that player disadvantage is now going to split up the defense. No mid control is really going to be kept, just a passive check. And they're simply falling so quickly. Grimmy taken as well. Cartel, the lone defender of B, has to do everything to stop these players. Only an M4 in hand. Nothing else is going to be able to be used to stop this. He's just going to stay alive and wait. Try to play for a retake, and even his teammates are going to fall before he does. 2 in the bag, 2 in the round. Trying to keep them alive here.
Yeah, he is still alive, and that the rotate will come in, and now they do have info at least on one player. They don't know where the second player is. They didn't hear the step, but now the defuse will come in, and that second player goes down, and will the defuse does not have time to get it fully done, and Sundis just barely getting that spray in to get him off that defuse to lose out this round.
Yeah, that is insane. They're so close. I can imagine this yelling in the comms right there, just him saying to stick it. You know, Cartel trying to play bodyguard there, just the timing not favoring them. But now, last round of this overtime, 4 MP9s and XM10, but they have a lot of utility to play with. So it's not the worst situation. They are going to just go with some mega aggression, though. MP9 going to garner 1. Ski Walks, though, gets 2 back. So it's not going to work out perfectly. Evens it up. A bomb is brought down. They have a bit of info on that. But 3 versus 3 is not the worst situation to be in. 2, it is going to be difficult, though, without a rifle recovered.
Yeah, no, they will have to play these close positions here. A retake will be tough if QB know about it, that they do have to play that save, that those MP9s. But that XM could do a lot of damage as well if they just quickly.
Yeah, and it's just going to be taken slow. A is left completely empty, trying to make as little noise as possible. And UCD are just going to stay together, stay a little bit slow, not try to play it out too much. But I think once they hear any first bit of util, maybe some moves are going to be made. They're going to have to rotate quick. There's only 1 kit, and that is going to be on Ulka. So the moment this bomb gets set down, they're going to be on that short timer. 40 seconds. Most of them were going to be on that 10-second defuse, but recover kits and recover AKs. So last few seconds on the clock.
2 rifles now and MP9, so they do have to push in, or they will go to extra overtime as well. And it is a 3v3 situation. Those players are set up, and now Sundis getting 1. That MP9 for long range not being able to do the work. They've taken out the second player, and now just that dude being able to take out that Grimmy, very low HP. He was 1 bullet, so we're going to overtime number 2.
Yeah, we top them up and do it all over again. They're just fighting so hard, both sides. Both sides getting 3 rounds on their T side there, and the CT side not getting any control there. And I think just got to keep an eye on Cartel's bank account. And he's not. This is how you know. I think once it reaches overtime too, that's when he has to go very serious. Even when he has 3K in the bank, he doesn't buy the Zeus. That's how you know. He's playing for economy, which is not something I think I would have thought I'd have to say during this game.
Yeah, no, we've seen the Zeus so much this game, these 2 maps, that it's surprising to see that it's not bought up, that he's actually going for that economy play. Why buy a smoke? You know, you can buy a Zeus, guys, come on. But Droopy almost taken out with that nade, down to 6 HP. Bakuna burning as well on that molly in B. And it is just going to be the CT spamming here through those smokes to try get a bit of damage off.
Yeah, and more dealt as well. It seems like the T's are just getting peppered down wherever they are. So nice damage dealt for the CTs. They are very susceptible to just a little bit of spray or even a Molotov now. So they're going to have to keep it slow, try to see what they want to get going. The T's are still so spread, even with 50 seconds left. They really have to make a decision, make a group up maybe, or at least start to decide on a split, because right now it is very loose. But B is looking like the end goal. Still very low to utility, though. Only a smoke, a molly, and a flash on Bakuna as they set up with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, it was looking like QB was waiting for that mistake to come in from UCD, but UCD just not giving them any space. They're not peeking, they're not allowing them, but now the sprays come in, that push comes in, and now it's just Bakuna left with the bomb in hand, but on side, and will be taken out by Grimmy. Op recovered as well for that CT side, and economy is looking good for them. 8k on all of their players, being able to buy up, and it is the first CT side that we have seen come in this overtime.
Yeah, everything has been coming up the T so far, but they slow it down, they go over something, and now Cartel rebuys the Zeus. Don't worry. Once he has a little bit more of a safety net in terms of economy, he can bring it back out. So at the very least, not completely too serious. But now the T's, they're the ones that are facing difficulties in terms of economy. It isn't as heavy though for them. You know, the lower cost AKs, lower cost mollies, everything seems like it should be able to favor them. But to start it off, the AK will win it out and take out Ulka.
And now Sond is just hiding up in the water position, just being able to take out Jack, trying to push out, get that flank, and it is a 4v2 for QEB here, but now Cartel peeking out and just taking out Droopy. Droopy not checking that position, and they do have the info about the op, but they don't know where that second player can be.
Yeah, the two CTs very split up right now. The smoke is going to slow the Ts, and it looks like they do want to just pull back and maybe get a little bit more of a duo going. Maybe just, you know, play a bit for the A side, and if they do go B, at least you can retake together. And it looks like that is going to have to be the case no matter what. Smoke's going to go down, plant going to begin, numbers punched in, and it's going to be placed down with the timer for the Ts now. The timing could be everything here though. Cartel walking so slowly, but it could come out in his favor if he's able to check it. But this position from Skiwalks, I don't know if you expect at this point in the game.
Just the timing, pulling out the knife in the wrong moment, and that dude as well spraying Andy through that smoke. Just being able to bring it back to 16-16. So they are evening it out once more.
Yeah, and the buy is just going to be able to come in. Not too big of a difficulty. Drops able to be thrown around when everyone can get any bit that they need. So the CTs, they're going to be fairly happy with what they have. Even the bitterness of that last round, they can still at least get the guns for this one and try to get something here. If nothing else, at least you got the only CT round. Maybe your T side, you know, you can keep that clean once again. Losing Cartel instantly, though. That op is thrown off. Tries to go for an aggressive peek and taken out. Fragged back, though. Bakuna is not going to survive for another. 4 versus 4. Not going to be able to stick around, and Andy almost caught that nade. Opening up the smoke. Grimmy almost taking himself out with that underhand. Tries to open the smoke and takes half his HP remaining.
Yeah, and it does look like the Ts are still trying to go for that B position, and now that player just not clearing it properly here, and Grimmy on that 19 HP, being able to take out 2 players. All they needed was 1 bullet, but just not being able to land that shot. And it is a 4 versus 2 for UCD here. They can just post up in mid, in A, in B, hold down the sides, just wait for the info to come in, and then rotate off to once they see that bomb.
Yeah, that molly is going to start off, and once again, Grimmy, not a bullet to touch him. Skiwalks has a moment to spray, but the spray doesn't last long enough, and that dude as well.
And Grimmy with an ace as well.
Yeah, no, just absolute Neo, just dodging every single bullet. He wasn't even trying to. It's just no one could seem to hit a single shot. He dealt more damage to himself than half the enemy team did. The first player brought him down to 19. The other 4 hit 0.
Yeah, no, very strong from Grimmy there, being able to just hit every single shot. And, you know, we've seen, what, 2 aces now? 1 from each side here, 1 on Bakuna, 1 on Grimmy now as well. Just been able to get those players down, and even on that low HP that we saw. Saving that round as well a little bit there for not just punching a gut punch to that QUB side as well.
Yeah, going to be a difficult one now, especially because it is this T set. This is the one where both teams have found a great amount of luck in this OT. So being able to start it off with only 2 rounds needed, and both teams are actually going to get out some of these timeouts. There's going to be a CT timeout from the QUB side, and now a T timeout from the side of UCD. So maybe just a little short break. They might be a little bit, you know. There's no way you're not tired out after the amount of rounds that have just been back and forth. You know, you're in your second overtime of the second map with an opportunity for a third if QUB win this out. Just don't forget that as well. So really having to bear for the worst. QUB, it's a difficult one. First of all, you're going this far, but it's a case of if we do win, we're going to play another MR12 match. Which, you know, obviously you want to win, but that's got to be a tiring thought to imagine.
Yeah, no, at this point, it's like playing Mirage already, you know, getting halfway through almost. Getting that first half almost done on Mirage. If they do play that third overtime, it will be very, just very dragged out for them. But they are fighting really well, and neither team has made a big enough mistake to lose the map yet.
Yeah, nothing gotten or taken here either. That Molly actually going to force Droopy into some bullets, though. Going to stay alive, barely. With just a little pinch of life left in them. Gets shot down, thrown by the Molly, but barely make it out with the help of that dude's smoke. So nice bit of damage dealt, but that's still not a kill advantage thrown in. And it's just so slow played out from here. No team trying to give away too much right now. But this Oppo Cartel trying to find something on the B site. Grimmy helping him out. So maybe they're going to get something here, but this is not a full commitment. The bomb has not come this way. And now opening it up is going to be Grimmy. One, and they can't get the second. They deal so much damage here, so 2 of these CT players are going to be very low. And they're going to catch off that dude. It's looking like it's all UCD for now. Droopy, the low HP player, is only able to get 1. The last 2 must do everything here. Bakuna and Skiwalks, the last remaining players. Skiwalks being on 18 HP as well is going to be too much. Even a headshot though, HP doesn't matter now, and it's just going to be Bakuna. The last left, and he gets it down to a 1v1, trying to keep it even, trying to get to 17. It's planted open though against this AWP. He's going to tap it. He's going to swing out. He's going to dig it in. He's actually going to take out Cartel there. The AWPer cannot hit the shot. And the CTs somehow bring a 2 versus 4 back in line.
What a play by Bakuna. 3 versus 1, being able to take all 3 players out, and just that Cartel missing both those AWP shots on him. Not expecting that wide swing from Bakuna, just closing out that round and bringing it back to 17-17. So it is going to be a team. One of them have to win both rounds, or it will be another overtime once more. And now saying that Cartel takes out Droopy here in mid, trying to push up, and now it does look like it will be an A execute from that UCD side.
Yeah, both players now. Both the CTs actually pushing it up. Bakuna going to catch off the first, and that dude is playing Overwatch. They're playing to watch out their teammate there. They keep them safe. So now that player advantage is going to swap sides. It's going to go over to the CTs there. Bakuna might be low, but at least he's hanging on. And these B players have not moved an inch here. Skiwalks opens it up with the first. Cartel gets a refrag on his teammate. But that Molly's going to buy so much time for these rotates to come in. And Sunday switches over to off, catches the first. Just Cartel now. This time it's 3. This time bomb isn't even planted. So he did it all if he wants to keep an opportunity in this overtime.
Yeah, but he will try to play that up, although that it will come in from Kuna, and He will inherit that lane, and now got all in as tell if he gets that dude here, but he's running straight into him, not expecting him to be rotating from A and just giving that round straight away to QUB here.
Yeah, he outthinks himself there a little bit, gets the first two, and because they knew where he was in the dark corner, I think he thought they'd be maybe trying to flank through either water or through T spawn, so wasn't expecting them to be playing, you know, that mid-rotate spot. So a little bit of just unexpected, you know, you play with your assumptions, and that one is a wrong one. And now QUB have an opportunity to win it out, but not if Skiwalks is going to be caught sleeping at the wheel. They're just holding out, they throw out the smoke, and they're just waiting a bit too long. Jack is going to walk into the opponent here. I think there might be a bit of a question.
Didn't notice.
Sundus didn't notice, but Jack did. They knew there was a bit of resistance on that walk by, and they're going to get the kill back. But Droopy and Bakuna, the rotate comes in. The kill is going to fly through, and now this site is completely free. B is able to be planted at, and now it's a 1 versus 3 this time for that dude. This time for just this one player.
And now, he do it again.
It needs to beat out 3 players at once if he wants to be able to get QUB onto Mirage. Or will UCD be able to get a third OT, another chance at a victory? And it looks like that dude just is a bit lost here. What are you doing this? There's so much util left to play with. And now it just looks like the time is ticked too much along. Has to run into his own nade while clearing out the smoke, and it seems like OT3 is in the cards in the game, and Grimmy's gonna bring us there. 18-18 right now.
Yeah, no, all of these OT rounds are so close. Seeing, you know, Cartel on 4 kills run into CT spawn, just getting taken out by that dude, and then that 2-man advantage